Hello and welcome, crochet friends, to G Crochet Off the Hook. Today is Wednesday, Thursday. I haven't changed my calendar to February yet. It just has been a week. But this is the first week in February and this is BEANIE-Tastic. Today is our first 2026 BEANIE-Tastic video. However, all the beanies that I'd like to showcase with you today come from 2025. And that is because I do have a special drop-off to make this weekend. So I really wanted to just document and share with all of you the beanies that will be going to the center this weekend. Now, I did finish off with BEANIE-Tastic 14, the end of December, saying that those were now the last counts for 2025. However, I did get 2 more beanies in towards the end of December. And the first one that I'd like to share with you is the Peppermint Twist Hat. And this was part of Hatapalooza with Laura from Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming. I used Owl Yarn's Chick in cherry red and white with a 6mm crochet hook. This is acrylic yarn. And this pattern comes to us from Sweet Potato 3 and it is on their website. It was an interesting beanie make and I did need to kind of figure out how it was that you folded it to sew it up. But at the end of the day, it is a sweet novelty beanie. So I got that one off the hook. And then right at the end of 2025, we had a Bod Hatapalooza. And this one is called My Stars Beanie. It's a pattern by our lovely Crystal from Bag O' Day. And I used for this one premium acrylic, a 5.5mm hook, and Narco Vega tweed. Narco Vega tweed, yes, from Wool Touch. And I do have some more on here that will definitely make another soft, beautiful beanie. Now, these beanies that I had made are all in a smaller size, but they are also going, they've all been washed. All these beanies that I'm going to showcase now have been washed and will be delivered this weekend. So what was I trying to say? Oh yes, because a lot of the beanies that I did make towards the end of 2025, even though the pattern was for an adult size, I did manage to follow the pattern sometimes with a smaller hook, sometimes leaving off a round or two, like with the Stars Beanie, and just making it a child size beanie. All right, so those were now officially the last of the beanies for 2025. And now I'm going to just dive in to our tub here that I have that's all going to be bagged so that I can do this delivery this weekend. A lot of these beanies we may remember because they've come from December and November, and a lot of them are older beanies. All the beanies that I have done and these that are going to still be showcased now come from the BEANIE-Tastic range. And I'll put a link to that whole set of beanies. And anytime you're feeling like some inspiration perhaps for beanies, then make sure you go and have a look and find something that you might like to make. So I'm just going to whiz through them. I don't remember the pattern names, but these are the ones that will make it to some homes that are being prepped with packages for winter coming. And believe me, it's very difficult at the moment. I'm just adding this in to even be thinking about beanies because our humidity and our weather has just skyrocketed. So I'm so glad that I have the stash that I'm able to take now, even though making beanies at this time of the month during January and during the whole of February is going to be slow going. So here we go. I remember the Nutcracker beanie. I'm actually going to just make 2 piles here for myself for the toddler size beanies and then also the adult beanies. This was the little light bulbs beanie. Here's our Bod Hatapalooza beanie. We have Who remembers this little gingerbread one? Definitely softened up in the wash. That was a knit stitch beanie. Then we have this lovely one. Here's a cable beanie. Here's, yep, I'm not going to remember any of the names, but some of you may recognize some of them. And I was supposed to be keeping count. So as I make a pile, I am going to make a count of some of these. Here are some of the little ones. Oh, I remember these little curly cues at the top. Here's our cluster stitch beanies. I made these in a few sizes. We have this beautiful pink beanie. I think a lot of these came from Pink October. And this beanie, quite a few little front post double crochets there. Love those in beanies for texture. We have this beautiful little one. Lots of texture in that one too. I'm remembering these as being part of a caterpillar one where I used our charity yarns for these, and then I just mixed up the colors to get like a different variation. I think one is for a child size, the other one is an adult size. Here's two of everything. Here is mainly made from acrylic or acrylic polyester blend, and then I do have a few cotton beanies. I remember this bucket hat. Pretty sure this is a bag o' day tutorial. And this one also with some cotton yarns. So I'm just going to tally these quickly. I think that's all the children's size beanies. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, I see a headband in here as well. One of those little twist knot headbands. That's also for a child size. So what did I say there now? Sorry, got in here, I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 12 and one headband. Sorry, it's much more fun me writing this down with all of you. Headbands, 1 and 12 beanies. And so far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these adult size beanies. Let's add to that collection. Here are some more beautiful beanies. We had this one. Oh, I remember this one as well. Loved. I'm remembering a color from looking at this beanie, Sugar Plum. I'm sure this purple color was called Sugar Plum. And here's another caterpillar beanie. Oh, so we had 3 of these. 1 teen, 1 adult, and 1 child beanie in that colorway. Another beautiful one. Oh dear, I remember this one. But it is so beautiful. I'm sure somebody's going to be very happy to receive it. This was the single crochet, just single crochets beanie from Bodhatapalooza. We have, this was one of the basic beanies. And this one I can just feel from the touch, because I have been working some baby beanies in this, was a Himalaya medical yarn. It's supposed to be antifungal, breathable. We'll talk about that when we go through the baby beanies later on during the month. Oh gosh, look at this beautiful textured beanie. This one definitely only needs to come out in winter. I remember using a super bulky yarn for this one. You can fold up the brim. You could tuck it down really low. That's a good beanie. Oh, here's another one of these twist beanies. Can't remember if this was under the stairs or something with stairs. Not sure. Let's add these so I can make some room here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 19. We have a couple more to do. A few, I should say, not a couple. There aren't 2 more. There's a few more. Oh gosh, look at this beautiful one. Was this a turban beanie? I think I remember. Oh, lovely bright orange. And all those front post stitches. Here's another. I do love beanies with texture. Oh, here's a messy bun beanie. Look at that. No elastic in there. I can't remember whose one this was, but loved making that beanie. Oh, and here was our trip to Paris with our beret. This beautiful red one. Another one I remember was this golfer's cap. Somebody is going to look very stylish with this one on. Here's another one with some variegated yarn. I do have quite a bit of variegated yarn to use up this year. I'm not sure if they'll be going to some beanies or blankets. I'm hoping they do get used in a few blankets. Look at this stitch. Again, I'd have to go and check to see myself which ones these are. And here we go. Yes, the last 2 beanies. We have this beautiful beanie, another Bag O' Day beanie. I remember with the flowers. And right at the bottom, we have this balaclava. So there we go. All these beanies, well, let's do a count quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a nice round number. So it's not about the numbers, guys. It's about the love that you give things with as you can and when you're able to, and giving with a heart that you know it's going to make a difference to somebody who needs these handmaids. So we have 29 adult beanies, 12 children beanies, and 1 headband. And I'm super excited to be dropping these off at the weekend. Now, in one of my previous videos, I think it was the last one, I'm not 100% sure, I did mention some of these tags that I print, sometimes once or twice a year, and drop it off at the yarn shop, or I drop it off with some of the community centers that do projects during the course of the year. And all it is about 10 on a sheet of cardstock that I print. And this is all that it is a nice, good sized tag that just says pattern, yarn, hook, and some notes with a hole punched in it. And that's just to give some of our crafters that craft. I did print mine out now, so I have them with some of my other random card stocks that I keep on hand for keeping notes of patterns. So I just did bag up, I can't remember, 20 or 30 of these little tags. They can hand them out to the ladies that do projects there to keep tags, references on some of the projects that they are crocheting. And I did manage to clear out a whole pack of random hooks. There's nothing wrong with any of them, but I'm pretty sure if somebody is popping around to the community center and they're wanting to learn to crochet, it's always lovely to have a spare hook on hand to give to them to take home so that they can enjoy their new crafting. So I am going to now, these are all already bagged. The tag and envelope for the community center has already been written. I'm going to tuck all of these into a nice bag and make sure that I get them off this weekend. And then it's time for the baby Beanie-Tastics. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for all your encouragement last year. I hope you come along for some more Beanie-Tastic magic this year. And until I see you again, stay hydrated. If you need to, go slow on your crochet projects. And if you are in the Northern Hemisphere, gosh, I do hope that you keep your hands warm and your bums on a seat with a handy project on your lap. Take care, everyone. See you again soon.